Oh my God, can't tell you how many times I have filmed this intro. Oh, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is actually quite an interesting one, or at least I think so. It's the 7 peculiar things, or at least 7 peculiar things about Dutch houses. And I noticed these things pretty much from the beginning, or at least within a week after moving into our apartment in the Netherlands. And then after speaking to other expats and seeing other people's houses, we kind of realized that we weren't special, and that's kind of the way that Dutch do houses and kind of the norm. So yeah, without keeping you in too much suspense, I'm going to get straight into those 7 things and let's get started. Right, so as usual, I have my trusty notes with me, Exhibit A. Otherwise, I am going to forget things, and this will be a pretty sucky video. So if you see me looking down, that is why. So, number 1, I'm just going to put this down here. Dutch apartments, oh, by the way, side note, this is obviously not applicable to all types of accommodation here. It's probably predominantly smaller houses and apartments. I stand corrected. If you're Dutch and you're watching this and I'm talking hogwash, please let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, so point number 1 is that Dutch apartments or houses have so many doors, and I'm talking about internal doors. We live in a 2-bedroom open plan sort of kitchen, dining room, living room situation. And I mean, how many doors can you really expect to have in a 2-bedroom? If I had to compare it to our last apartment in South Africa, which was very similar in size, and it was also a 2-bedroom, we had 3 internal doors. 3. We currently have 8 internal doors. When you walk into our apartment, the first thing you see is just a long string or a long line of doors. 8 doors, guys, 8. We've got, and just to give you an idea, our bedroom, which is not huge by any stretch of the imagination, has got 3 doors. We have 1 door on either side of the bedroom, and then a 3rd door leading into the bathroom, which I'm told is kind of normal. I don't know about you, but I've never had a bedroom that has 3 doors. It's really a little disconcerting when you're lying in bed and all you see are doors. But yeah, Dutch houses have so many doors, it's unreal. And I'm going to show you a clip. I'm probably going to insert it around about now. Yeah, so you can get a better idea of what I mean. So there they are, 8 doors, guys, 8 doors. Right, moving on to the second one is the toilet. So when we were looking at pictures of this apartment to kind of like okay it for the rental, sorry if you hear that, it's my son playing with the dog. When I saw the toilet, I assumed that it was the guest toilet, because in our previous house we had a guest toilet and then we had a full bathroom. And then once we moved in here, we quickly realized that it was not a guest toilet, it was the toilet, and that the bathroom had no toilet. So the way that the Dutch do it is that they don't have the toilet in the bathroom. They usually have a separate toilet. It's really incredibly small, and it has the smallest little basin known to man that just about fits like your hands in there. And the basin has no warm water. It only has a cold water tap, which is fine in the summer, but in winter you're pretty much going to like freeze your little hands off after washing them after using the toilet. So I found that quite annoying, to be honest. It probably makes practical sense when you think about it, because at least one person can shower and the other one can use the toilet at the same time without being in each other's space. So that does make sense, but it would have been better to have a full bathroom and then an extra toilet. And then maybe also a toilet that wasn't so small, and apparently this is normal for them to be so small that it's like you're sitting on the toilet and the door is like pretty much in your face. So it's really kind of strange, and to be honest, I don't really enjoy it. So there you have it. The toilets are weird. And then moving on from that, it's kind of closely linked, is the bathroom. And the thing about the bathrooms is that it is kind of common for bathrooms not to actually have baths. Like the Dutch are really fans of showers for some reason, and not so much baths. And even though they could probably pretty easily have fit a bath into our bathroom and maybe made the shower a little bit smaller, there is no bath. So I have resorted to bathing my son in a bucket on the shower floor because there's no bath. And after speaking to a few expats, like I said, apparently it's quite normal for Dutch bathrooms not to have baths. So that's it's kind of a deal breaker for me because I love to take baths. If you watched my last video, I would have mentioned something about that in there. But hey, you know, you kind of have to adapt to the way other people do things when you live in their country. So yeah, bathrooms, no baths. Okay, the next thing is washing machines, dryers, things like that, which you would generally, in the UK as well as in South Africa, I don't know how they do it in the rest of the world. I think in the US it's probably along the same lines. You generally have your washer and your dryer, if you don't have a laundry room, in the kitchen, right? So here they have it in the bathroom. And it's kind of strange because I remember growing up, my mom and my grandmother had their washing machines in the bathroom as well. So I don't know if that's kind of something we learned from the Dutch when they were down there in like, I don't know, a really long time ago. But yeah, so they have their washer dryer in the bathroom, which I personally don't like. We have a laundry room in this apartment, so we don't have that problem, but I would definitely not buy a house or rent a house in the future with that kind of setup. I just don't prefer it. Yeah, moving on to the next point. This was a really strange, like kind of effed up thing. When we were looking at houses to rent, again, going through different agencies' websites and looking at different apartments and things like that, we came across this phenomenon. And it's that Dutch people remove the flooring from their house when they leave. Like, I'm not even kidding. I wish I could put a picture in for you, but I may not be able to. I'll try if I can insert a photo over here so you can see what I mean. But I mean, you pretty much know what bare floors look like. It's concrete. So you find this house and you think, oh my god, that's actually quite cool. And then as you scroll, you realize there's no damn flooring in the house. And that's because, I don't know, apparently when you move into a house, you put flooring in, and then when you leave, you remove it, and then the next person puts their flooring in. If you're Dutch, please explain it to me because I have no idea why people would do stuff like that. It makes no sense. And then also, just a quick addition to that, is that they also have removable light fittings. So for instance, in our living room or in our dining area, we don't have a light fitting. There's just like a little wire coming out of the roof, and there's no light. And when I mentioned this to the landlord, she looked at me as if she didn't understand what I was saying. And I was like, it was super awkward because I was like, oh, and we don't have a light in the dining room. And she was like, yeah, so? I think she meant go to the store, buy a light, and then voila, you have a light. So, I don't know, I think that's kind of a normal thing as well, to just be missing light fixtures in your apartment. I don't know, let me know if I'm talking rubbish. And then, the last thing is, and we don't have that problem here, but I have seen it in so many houses. Just by the way, a lot of Dutch people, and I don't know why, they just leave their doors open. And so this is kind of how I saw it. And then also going to visit a friend, I saw this as well. But the stairs here, and by the way, you also find this in the UK in some places. So firstly, a lot of the times, as you open the door to a house, the stairs will be right in front of you. So you'll have like a little square. It's basically just big enough for you to open the door. You'll step in, and then the stairs will be right in front of you. And then the stairs are just like a work of art. I don't know why you would make stairs this way. It is super dangerous if you ask me. I think it's a space-saving thing. I don't know. But the stairs are super steep. Like I was scared to walk up them because they're so steep. And then also the step itself is so narrow that your whole foot does not actually fit on the step. You have to kind of like tiptoe up the step, if that makes any sense. And yeah, it's really, that would be a deal breaker for me as well, especially if you have kids. I don't know how people with kids, and I know someone with kids who lives in a house that has stairs like this. And I don't know how she sleeps at night knowing that her kids could like really kill themselves going down those stairs. So yeah, and then I just want to pop in one last thing that I found quite interesting, and I didn't really notice it until another expert made me aware of it, and then I kept looking out for it everywhere, and you do actually find it quite a lot. I saw this in Amsterdam too. A lot of the buildings and even some houses they're inclined, they're skew. So it looks, if you look from the side, like if you're looking down an alleyway or a passage, it looks like they're leaning in like this. It's really weird and creepy, like they're completely askew, and I have no idea why that is. So again, if you are Dutch and you're watching this and you made it all the way to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. But please let me know in the comments down below why that is, why some houses and or buildings are skew. They're like inclined, they're kind of leaning forward. It's quite trippy when you look at it. I actually think that I have a video from Amsterdam. What did I actually do with that? I actually think I have a video from Amsterdam where I took some footage of that. I'm going to see if I can find it and I'll insert it over here. So those are the 7 peculiar things about Dutch houses. If you live in the Netherlands as well, if you're an expat or you're Dutch, and there are more things that are quite peculiar about Dutch houses in comparison to other parts of the world, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to connect with you. And yeah, if you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. I would love for you to join my channel, and don't forget about the little notification bell, because if you don't click on that, you will not be notified when I post a video, and you might just miss it. So not forgetting, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Ciao!